So, you know those machines that will pay you if you recycle? Well, this dude tied a string to the edge of his bottle, which is basically like an infinite money glitch. And I've always wondered how much they would pay me if I shoved my cup. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So this is called a Brazilian zipper bag. And if you just noticed, this dude just unzipped that entire bag, but now is gonna zip it back up into its original shape? How do you even do this? How is that type of bag even made? Now that is magic. This is so cool. So in some Chinese restaurants, it's a tradition to allow the consumer to actually choose the shape of what they're eating. So this person chose the yin-yang symbol in their soup. Now I had a steak that was actually carved out of a 12-inch cup. So this is the infinite cookie glitch. We've got 5 pieces of cookie that fill out a square. We take the middle cookie and we're left with an empty square. But what if I told you that we could turn each square 180 degrees? And it would complete the square again. By the way, I took that piece and shoved it up my ass. So imagine you're slicing open a loaf of bread and you notice a golden light coming from the center? So as you go to cut further, you can only imagine what it is. And you're so close that you can almost see it. But then as you're about to open the last piece of bread, your homie stuffs his cup. So apparently this is called wrestle ball, which is a combination of wrestling and basketball at the same time. I've never seen this before, but I heard that there's one rule. You can literally do everything you want to stop your opponent from scoring, except you cannot twist, bite, or grab their cock. So at some fancier bars, they have a machine to press the ice into a circle rather than a square. So it fits easier when you shove it in your ass. So the most important part of your car
is when they blast a big line of cream. Oh yeah, give me that double dose, Zaddy.
Don't get me wrong. Ooh, I love parkour. But what these dudes don't understand is that you get one pair of knees your whole life. So to put less pressure on your knees, you should have a homie spot you, so instead of landing on the concrete, you bounce and land on his cock. I can't believe one of these still exists. So this was called a torture tree. And back in the 1700s, if you committed a crime, you would have to stand there and people would shove stuff up your ass. So this was so cool, I had to share it with you. So this is one of the old ancient traditional ways to make pasta in Italy, and they use famunda cheese, which is cheese famunda D's nuts. Alright, what is this? Is this a drawing? Are you filling in a bubble or something? You're filling it with ink. Okay. Cool.
Oh man, that thing just screamed.
This is so cool. So you see the little water droplets bouncing off of the rock? Apparently, these little pieces of grass are just within the distance of the water bouncing, so the water will freeze during the winter over the grass to protect it, but then it just melts in the summer and it's regular grass again. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So there was an art competition in Europe where in order to compete, you had to create the most unique piece of art while also having it be magnetic. But in order to win the competition, you didn't have to do anything related to art. You just had to take something that was like 12 inches and shove it in your ass. Alright, let's see what we got here. X marks the spot, or what are you drawing? Oh, it's the Bluetooth symbol. I thought you were drawing a... What would you do in this situation? You're filming a mime, but then he takes your phone and pretends to film you. Okay, the joke's over, I'll take my phone back. But then he runs away and pretends to steal your phone? Okay, like, I get it, it's a joke, it's funny, but, like, just give me my phone back, please. Cause, like, oh my god, no way! Did you just ruin that guy's phone?
Oh my god, Zaddy! You're such a little jokester.
I'm not saying I've seen a smart thief, but this guy is the dumbest thief I've ever seen. Sprinting to his car while throwing the product in the back, the employee just waits for him to get in his car and then takes the product right back.
Wop, 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 wop. Sorry, you lose. Better luck next time.
What is that? That looks like a corn dog dipped in cheese. What are you doing? You're gonna get cheese everywhere! No way! Your boss is literally gonna fire you, bro. Are you...
Oh! Did you just spray your creamy web and save that whole corn dog, Daddy?
This is so satisfying. I had no idea this is how they fill in the cracks in the street. But tell me this doesn't remind you when you're wiping your cheeks
And you accidentally smeared doo-doo all over.
So, are these dudes savage or genius? They stayed after at a fast food place once it had already locked up and cut an angle on the top of their Coca-Cola bottle so that they could press the soda machine and get themselves free soda.
That's a pretty creamy idea, Daddy.
This cop is insane. The single hand, the double hand, the step. Look at all of the different ways this cop knows how to scale a fence. Dude, are you kidding me? Watch this next one. What? The aerial? So yeah, if you just committed a crime and you try running away, there's a good chance this cop is gonna catch up to you and shove his baton in your ass. So can anyone tell me what outfit this is? I don't know what this is, but this is like the coolest thing I've ever seen. I thought this was Megatron at first, but then I didn't recognize the armor or the helmet. I mean, look at that. Glowing green eyes. I guarantee you, if you look underneath, like, the waistband, there's probably, like, a 12-inch cut. Yo, this looks so fun. So this dude is in a prison and is using the spring floors to bounce to his room instead of walk there. I mean, that's smart and fun and everything, but what if you accidentally bounce and land on your cup? When I go to New York City, I want to try this so badly. So there is a 97-year-old New York City diner that still serves their Coke the old-fashioned way, with OG original Coke syrup, original club soda,
And a scoop of cream.
I don't know about you, but corners that aren't aligned drive me insane. And this device straightens them out.
Oh!
Ach. This is one of the most satisfying videos I've ever seen. Because no matter how many times you watch the video, there's always a different design in each square. Did you know that horses have a 12-inch cup? So when I first saw this video, I was so confused how this dude was doing that. And then I realized he's actually on a bridge, and the perspective makes it look like he's moving the cars.
You're so sneaky, Daddy.
So this is easily top 3 coolest things I've ever seen. So this is a laser removing rust from a metal pair of pliers. Wait, that's actually not rust. I had shoved these in my ass. This is one of the coolest and most fascinating things I've ever seen. So this tattoo artist took 76 different people to create this animation. You're gonna have to watch the video again to see it, but early on in the video, you'll see a huge cut. Oh my god, would you do this? I don't know if I would do this. So this dude ties one of those jet ski handles to one of those construction cranes and ends up doing a double backflip. Oh my god, he gets so much air. I tried doing this with my friend, but he wasn't paying attention and I ended up bouncing onto his cup. I hope one day I can afford this. So this is called Famunda fabric. And Famunda fabric is kind of like silk, except it's the most expensive fabric in the world and the smelliest. Because it comes from under these nuts. This is so smart. I can't believe I didn't think of this before. So you fill up a cap with rubbing alcohol, and then you just turn your razor on, and it'll clear all of the hair out of your razor. Except the really thick hair, like if you have really curly pubes. This is so awesome. This is called 4-sided wood, and it has 4 angles. Left, right, down, and inside your ass. This is so satisfying for some reason. Watch the way this coffee press presses this coffee into basically like a hockey puck of coffee. Now, I don't drink coffee, so I'm not sure if you're supposed to like pour water on this or if you're supposed to shove the puck in your ass. So can someone explain how this works, please? So this is protein powder, right? And anytime you buy protein powder, you'll have like a little plastic protective layer that goes over the powder, but under the cap. Is that what just happened underneath that little magnetic machine? How did that place the little plastic underneath the cap? I'm literally
So confused.
So can someone explain how this works, please? So this is protein powder, right? And anytime you buy protein powder, you'll have like a little plastic protective layer that goes over the powder, but under the cap. Is that what just happened underneath that little magnetic machine? How did that place the little plastic underneath the cap? I'm literally
So confused.
This is so cool. So this is called Munch-on metal. And Munch-on metal is really cool because it's literally flexible and you can bend it in any direction. But there's only one problem with Munch-on metal, is you have to munch on these nuts. Okay, this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So these are called chew-on chains. And chew-on chains are just like other chain links, except they're twice as expensive, 3 times as big, and you have to chew on these nuts.